channel, Home at Serenity Springs. My name is Debbie. If this is your first time on my channel, I do videos about homemaking and gardening and parenting, cooking. So if you're interested in those things, then you can subscribe to my channel. This is the first in a series called Wife 101, Ways to be a Better Wife. And this is going to be a short excerpt about picking up after your husband and doing the little things that aggravate you with a good attitude. So let's get started. I have been trying to make this video for a long time, and it's been really complicated. It's a lot easier to blog because we have 4 dogs in the house, and it's loud, and if they're not barking, they're running in front of the video while I'm trying to make it. So I was going to make this video in my vehicle. I actually had it all ready to download, and when I was editing it, I realized that background noise from the passenger side of the truck, where it has a small crack in it, was coming through the video, so I had to completely redo it again. So this is like take 2, but in months-long effort to get another video out. My husband, we've been married 29 years, and he has improved over the years, as I have as well. But he does still have some small habits that require picking up after him. And I decided quite a while back now to not let those things aggravate me, because in the past it has caused arguments, and it's caused dissension and nagging and things like that. And I just decided that I desire our home to be peaceful, and I want to be the best wife I can be, to give 100% in spite of and regardless of what my spouse is doing. So the little habits that he still has that I do with a good attitude now are he'll leave his clothes on the floor beside the bed when he changes. He doesn't do it all the time, but he still does do it, and I just pick them up when I get up the next morning and I put them in the hamper. Nope, no big deal, really nothing to even get excited about. The other thing that he does is when he brushes his teeth, he flicks little spots all over our bathroom mirror, and I have to wipe the mirror off at least 3 times per week. And a third thing that he does is when he's doing a project, he'll leave his tools or empty boxes, trash, things related to his project. A lot of times, but not always, again, he leaves something out that I have to put away for him. It's just a quirk that he has. I don't really think it's inconsiderateness. I think he just forgets and then gets busy with other things. So I'll pick up the trash, I put his stuff away, and I'll clean up whatever project area he was in. I'm actually thankful, because usually when he leaves something out, it's because he's been working on something that benefits our property. We live on 18.5 acres, and there's always something that needs to be done. So with a grateful heart, I pick up the stuff that he leaves behind. Another thing that he does, and he hasn't started doing this until we moved into this property 3 years ago, is letting our dogs out while I'm in the bathtub. The reason that that's a problem is because the walls are really thin. We live in a manufactured home, and when I'm sitting in the bathtub, it's near the pantry where he lets the dogs out, and I can hear them barking and scratching at the door to get back in. So that's a new aggravation that has just developed over the past couple of years. I'm sure that your husband has his own things that aggravate you, and you may or may not have reached the conclusion that it's just more peaceful to go ahead and do those things for him and not nag him about it. Because one thing I can tell you for certain, there's only one person you can change, and that's yourself. We've all tried it as wives, I'm sure, and I'm sure we've all noticed that it never works. And that the more you nag and the more you try to change them, it usually gives you the opposite effect of what you're trying to accomplish. And as a Bible-believing wife, as a Christian wife who loves God, I feel like I need to encourage other wives who may not have learned this yet or just maybe walking in rebellion, that we're supposed to honor our husbands and put them first. And we live in such a selfish society that it's not uncommon to find support for being a nagging wife or support for being angry at your husband for the things that he does because he has trampled on your rights and offended you in some way. And the fact is, sometimes you just have to be the person that does the right thing. Sometimes you're the only person that does the right thing. In some relationships, the other person may seldom or never do the right thing. But that doesn't take away our responsibility to put in 100% effort to be good wives, to follow what Scripture says to do, and to do it with a good attitude. Because I haven't found anywhere in Scripture where it's okay to go through our days and to do things begrudgingly. So that's addressed a lot, your attitude. There's no point in doing something like giving money or giving of your time if in your heart you're harboring resentment. So that's the part that I felt like I should address today, is our hearts. And to remind wives that we are to live unselfishly and to go against the grain, be countercultural, and don't accept the excuses that you'll find so prevalent on media that it's okay to be lazy or to nag your husband about something, instead of just taking your household into your own hands and putting in all the effort that you have to make it run correctly. And part of that is picking up where our spouses have weaknesses. So in this case, it's the messes that he makes. He leaves the toilet up. He doesn't put his dishes in the sink. He leaves his socks by the front door. Just any of the things that our husbands do that aggravate us and that we could let rob our peace regularly if we chose to. So that's basically all I wanted to get across in this first video, is to examine your heart and see if you are cleaning up after your husband, or whatever whatever irritating habit that he has, if you are just helping out and not harboring resentment in your heart for doing it. So just put that toilet lid down, wipe the seat off, wipe off the mirror, pick up his clothes, put his dishes in the sink, and do it with a smile, because it's the more peaceful way, and it will benefit your marriage in the long run. So until next time,